Mute. Oh, there we go. Hello again. My brain is not there today. I totally forgot that I had to unmute myself. But now I have, and you should be able to hear me. So welcome. So welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the official LOTRO stream Twitch LOTRO channel here. And we are playing Lord of the Rings Online, or LOTRO as we call it. And I am here on the Treebeard server, as you can see up in the top there, the words. There are a bunch of different servers that you can play on. And Treebeard is a legendary server, which means we have some differences from one of the main regular servers. For one, the VIP servers are all subscription only, so you have to be, subscriber in some fashion, whether it's because you are a lifetime subscriber or you subscribe monthly or yearly or whatever. So it changes a little bit of the dynamics of who's on the server. It has a slightly smaller population because it hasn't been as long lasting, and also because you have to be a subscriber to be able to use the server. So it has a kind of a more homey feel to it to me, and since I play Hobbits a lot, that definitely appeals to me. Another thing that we're doing on Treebeard, hello, is I have a kitty cat behind me. Hi, this is Kato, or Kato, possibly in Dutch. She was already named when we got her, so we did not change her name. And she's been with us for a few months now. Say hi to everybody on the stream. Yes, she's like, whatever. Hi. You're very cute, though. Yes, you are. So anyway, so we're getting less experience for doing things on this server. Oh, she's coming around. You gonna come lay on my lap again? Because you've been doing that a lot today. She's very funny. She's not sure about this cord in the way. There we go. So we were getting 40% of our normal experience. So instead of getting 100% experience like you would get on a regular server, we're getting 40%. Oh, I just remembered, hang on just a moment, I forgot to turn on the closed captioning. I opened it and then I didn't turn it on. So hang on just a little moment. And here in a second, you should have a closed captioning button on your screen. There we go. Okay, so that should be showing up here any moment. Sorry that the camera doesn't show it, but she's lying on my lap now. You might be able to see her little ears. She's right here. Here are her ears. Yes, they are. And her little cute little nose. And then she's laying across me all the way to here and all the way to her tail at the end. Okay, well, it is red. Click, toggle it? Okay, we're going to toggle that.
Until it's on.
Okay, hold on a moment. All right. Well, it's still red.
One other thing I think we need to sort out on your.
Oops. And there she goes again. You don't have to go anywhere. I'm not sure what she's up to. Anyway, so yeah, so instead of getting 100% of normal experience like you would get doing whatever it is you'd be doing in the game, you get, on the Treebeard server, you get 40%. Over on Anor, which is another legendary server, you get 60%. Although the Anor server is closing down in about, oh, sweetie, oh well. In about, I don't know, in a few months, at the end of the month. At the end of the month. So in a few weeks. 3 weeks? 3 weeks. Anyway, okay, so that's a little bit about legendary servers, and that's why, to let you know, I'm on the Treebeard server. That's a little bit of information about the Treebeard server. But what we have going on right now is the Farmers Fair has just started like a few hours ago. So we are going to go and check that out. So let's see. We want to go to, so when you first log in, let's start with that. Wow, when you first log in, you notice that your inventory is a mess. But you would have gotten a map to the party tree and a map to Bywater. And the Farmers Fair is happening in Bywater. And there's also a bunch of stuff happening at the party tree. And actually, it's really cool. There's a bunch of guides out there, and the folks at SSG have started creating kind of like a little quick guide of what to do and where to find things. And let me find chat. Here we go. So here's the link to the LOTRO guide, and at the bottom of that guide they have links to a lot of the other fan favorites in the game. So for example, Fibro Jedi is somebody who makes amazing guides for Lord of the Rings Online, and so he's listed there at the bottom, and he'll have pictures and coordinates and all sorts of really good information. So we want to head over to let's go to Bywater. So actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead and take that map and use that map, and that will take us directly to the Bywater area in Hobbiton. Oh, and I don't have my fast feed on, so we'll have to fix that. So she seems to be kind of hovering today, the cat, so we'll see if she comes back. But she's been on my lap like 2 or 3 times today, which normally she does like first thing in the morning, but it's been interesting. Okay, so you'll notice we just arrived here, and there are a ton of people. It just also occurred to me that I'm kind of in my winter gear, my winter adventuring gear even. And do I have anything more summery? Wow, I've got a lot of wintry stuff. Yeah, we'll put that on for the moment, but we may have to redo our outfit here. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, because I still look like I'm coming from cold weather, doesn't I? So I'm going to talk to Campanula Chubb. Yes, she's who I want to talk to. And the cool thing is you'll find her here. You'll also find her at the party tree. So you can talk to her at either location. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to her here. And she has for me a series of quests. Now, if you are high enough level, or maybe this is everybody, you get this one, and it's a seasonal thing. So what they're doing with a lot of the festivals is, like especially like the kind of the quarter of the years. So, you know, the Yule Festival, the Spring Festival, the Farmers Festival, which is combined with the Summer Festival, and then the Fall Festival. There are some instances you can do, and there'll be 2 of them. Here, let me go and pull this up. Sorry, my hair is driving me nuts today. Let me pull up Instance Finder. So, and let me collapse that Instance Finder so it's easier for me to find things. If you look here at seasonal, so you'll see the Anniversary Festival, the Farmers Fair, the Spring, and the Yule. So each one of those has a pair. Okay, Anniversary only has 1 so far, because that one just happened this year though, so I'll bet it'll have a pair eventually. So all the rest of them have a pair of instances that you can do. One of them is basically open to anybody. It's like level 10 minimum. So pretty much once you get a little bit into the game, you'll be able to do that. And it's usually kind of a fun, lighthearted sort of thing. Like, so this summer one is the perfect picnic, and you encounter things like too hot, or the heat is making you see illusions. You see like dragons and giants and silly things like that. So these are things that you would normally encounter out in landscape, but they're kind of a version that's in the instance instead. And it's really cute. And the idea is you've got to defeat the heat and make it all the way to where the perfect picnic will be taking place, and then you are there at the picnic. You want to come up? I was just thinking about it. So there is some danger in that. I mean, you do have to be careful. You can, be defeated and all of that. But, I mean, it's not a big deal. You just start right back up again. The other one, and so like in the spring, there's a Bees Big Business where you're helping the bees, keeping them safe while they go and pollinate things. At Yule time, there's the Bottle at Frost Bluff where the kids have made these snow forts and they're defending them from the cold. So those are all cute ones. And then for the higher level folks, for people who are 50 and above, level 50 and above, they have these boss from the vaults. And so instead of going through the whole thing and then you eventually get to the boss, this is just take the boss fight and you do that. And there might be some little twist to it. Like for example, with the Naruhel, the Red Maid, when you're going into that via landscape, there's a chest outside that has like an offering plate in it, and you open the chest and it kicks you into the air really high. So when you're doing the boss from the vaults, you don't have that part of it to go through. So you that kind of part of the bouncing in the air happens in the boss fight instead. Yeah, she's jumping up and down on that box. So that's the spring one. The Yule one is Storvagun, which is that giant in the mountains, and there's the avalanche and all of that. For this one, it's Thrang. He's the one that you encounter in the rift, on the way partway through the rift, and so it's just the boss fight with Thrang. So if you do those encounters, usually there's something where you can get stuff. So this one, she will give me... So if I collect a forged rift iron coin from Thrang, so Thrang, boss from the vaults, is what she's talking about here. She says, hey, if you're feeling brave, I've got a job that you would be perfect for. She says, one day, I was enjoying a meal and a drink at the Green Dragon, and I overheard a minstrel spinning some tales. He told the story of a group of rangers and adventurers entering a great rift in the foul lands of Angmar, facing all manner of horrors. They say that the pit was so deep that the ground itself was red hot like iron in a forge, and it was home to fire giants and flaming orcs. Flaming orcs, can you believe it? Well, I couldn't either. But then he pulled out a most unusual coin. It was dark, and it had a peculiar sheen. Rift iron, he said it was, made from the metal and obsidian from that horrible place. Well, that piqued my interest. So I'm hearing whispers that the rift has opened again, and adventurers like yourself are braving the depths. If you bring me some of these coins as proof of this tale, I will reward you for your efforts. So if we give her 7 of these coins, she'll give us some legendary item experience, which at this point contributes to your legendary item reward track, a tracery token, some figments of splendor, and 1,000 virtue experience. So that's not bad. Now you can only earn one of these coins per day. It has a cooldown. So you have to do at least 7 days of that challenge successfully, and then you would be able to complete that quest. Okay, so that's what that one's all about. Let's see, a sunny fair day. So these two are going to be festival related. So this is our daily, hey, welcome to the festival, come and do things. Hey, Affadil, I see you. And she says, welcome, my friend, to the Farmers Fair. Get out there and participate, and there might just be a reward in store for you. And remember to keep cool. Nothing ruins the fun faster than heat blisters. So I'm going to do 10 things around the festival. And as a reward for that, she'll give me a little bit of money, some legendary item experience, and 10 Farmers Fair tokens. So that's pretty nice. So that's our daily. And then if we do that daily, she says, let's see. Oh, this is the one above that. So there's one we'll get in the middle here in a second. And she says, if you're here for the Farmers Fair Festival, I would recommend you look around and participate in many of the fun activities around here. If you're not here for the Farmers Fair, maybe you should be. For those folks that participate in many of our activities, there might just be a reward in store for you, so go out there. So this one, you get legendary item experience, more figments, a scrap of an essence reclamation scroll, 15 Farmers Fair tokens, an optional universal ingredient, optional crafting ingredient, and then a tracery token. So we're going to accept that. And then she has one more. And this is our middle one. Yeah. So that, oh, maybe this is the big one. She said there's many rewards. Here's some more, basically. And it's a very similar list. So basically, let me pull up the list now. So Farmers Fair and Festival. Fun at the fair is we need to complete a sunny fair day 5 times. And a sunny fair day is our daily. So we do our daily thing 5 times, and that will finish off, just automatically, a sunny fair day. Salutation, okay, and that's fun at the fair. When we finish fun at the fair, intro, which is that first one, so that's 5 days, that will also automatically complete salutation to fair days. So that finishes that, and then we'll get a new fun at the fair. It'll probably be like fun at the fair intermediate, and then there'll be like a fun at the fair final. So that sort of thing. So if you're doing the festival throughout, if you're doing it daily throughout that festival time, you're going to find that you get a lot of good rewards and stuff. Okay, so we have talked to Campanula. So now we should have a bunch of quest rings out there as well. So there's all sorts of crazy stuff you can do out here. But before we go and do that, I want to talk to Caltha Tunnelly. Let's see what she's got. So she says, tell me about the Farmers Fair. I have a hankering for eggs. I heard there would be mushrooms. Is there a horse race? I'm here for the fishing. Got any news for me?
Lovely day.
She says, I heard that Ted Sandyman was courting Rose Cotton. I don't think she likes him, though. Okay. All right, here we go. And Dill Goodchild on the other side here, he's the one that has rewards that you can earn. So you can get the Hobbit Dance 4 emote, which I already have. You can get the fountain emote where you spit water up into the air. There's some tomes. The bubbling fish pipe. Blah, 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 blah. That one's kind of funny. Okay, let's see. So we have emotes and cosmetic pets. So we have, this is our full list of that. They were going to rearrange how this was listed. So let's take a look. Then we have cosmetic rewards that are 1 year old. So this would be last year's stuff. So all the Peacock stuff. That's interesting. I didn't realize Peacock was just last year. I thought that was 2 years. I don't know. Anyway, so cosmetic rewards, classic rewards. And I think this is where they're like all the old stuff. So there's a part 1. There's a lot of stuff. This is a fair with a lot of rewards. And then there's a page 2. So basically I have a spreadsheet and I have all of the servers that I'm on listed there, and then I track which items I have at each one of these things. So I'll be going back onto my spreadsheet and checking and figuring out what I need, because I don't remember at this point. Okay, so then we also have cosmetic rewards special. I'm not sure why these are special, but they're nice. The turquoise summer circlet is actually quite nice. And some elven stuff. The sun hat. Oh yeah, we should check out that sun hat. Nice little straw pointy hat. Isn't that cute? Hey, it has the pipe in it. Oh, the hat I normally wear has the pipe in it. I may have to put my hat back on. I like the hat with the pipe. All right, and then we have some general housing rewards. So some fire pits, the summer hammock. Summer hammock's really nice, one of my favorites. A Summerfest painting, Summerfest bed. So remember, all of the summer stuff got combined with the Farmers Fair because basically they had gotten to the point where they were just back to back and it was a little crazy. So they just went ahead and combined the 2 festivals together. If you are collecting the maps, there's a deed. And so you can get 4 of the maps here. You have to work your way throughout the whole year to get all of the maps. It's just kind of a clever idea. There's these consumables where some of these you consume like 200 of them or something, and you get an emote that you can do all the time. So for example, I have, let's see, this one, Monster Fair. Oh, and I probably got it from here. So I eat the Monster Fair, that's my permanent one, and now I have this question mark over my head. See? I like that one. That one's fun. So I did that last year. I went and got however many I needed, I consumed them, and now that gave me that permanent thing. So I'll go back and see if there's any that I'm missing. All right, so let's see. Summer Festival Steeds. It looks like I have them all. So what you'll see here, see this lamp of Summer Nights and Caparison and the saddle? These are for your war mounts. And you can buy them piece by piece, or you can buy all of them and have it put aside for your war mount. But the basic steed is the one right there. So that's Summer Festival steeds from Mithril. So if you missed out on something previously, you can go and buy it from Mithril. Gift boxes of previous years. So if you want to, a lot of these things are bound. So you can't like buy it, use it for yourself, and pass it on to a friend anymore. Some of the old stuff you can, but the new stuff you can't. So if you want to get something for somebody, like you have a ton of coins and they're like, you know, short on coins or whatever, and you want to help them out, you can come here and get the gift wrap version. That's not bound. They get it, they open it, that is bound. So once they open it, the item inside is bound, but it lets them pick the thing that they were looking for and allows you to go and buy it for them, which is nice. We have essences and then dyes. So you'll notice there's 4 dyes listed here. Each year what they do is there'll be 2 dyes that are available for festival coins and 2 dyes that are available for mithril coins. And then the next year it'll swap. So what you do is you want to stock up with using festival coins on the ones that are available for festival coins that year, and stock up for like enough for 2 years, and then you can just leapfrog your way from then on. So at least that's what I do. That's what a lot of us do. Affidel last completed these quests 359 days ago. It's a little while. Now I know we have new rewards, so how do I find those? Now there's a second, let's see, she's a reward vendor. What did I miss? Oh, I didn't look at her stuff. That's why. She has the new stuff. So this woven reed rowboat, and on the LOTRO.com site, they have pictures of these, so you can see. But I tell you who you want to also go and check with. If it's a yard, if it's a housing item, Deco de Miu has a website, and they're also listed off of that main site, off of the LOTRO one. LOTRO Guide has the Deco de Miu website listed at the bottom. They have every housing item that you can get in LOTRO is on their site. It's like a big database, and they have pictures. They go and they get the thing and they take pictures of it. It's fantastic. Okay, so this is our new rewards. So we've got the rowboat, which is a furniture, so you can put it inside, a yard item or a mobile yard item. And mobile yard is because of the dwarves. You can blame that on the dwarves. Okay, the oar is just an oar, just like an oar laying on the ground. And that is a furniture item, a yard item, or mobile yard. Okay, oar in hand is a carrying item, so that's kind of fun. It looks like it can work in the main hand or the offhand, so you've got some options. There's the innkeeper's dress. That's a new one this year. Oh, that's cute. I wonder how well it dyes up. You know, it's always the first color. Let's see. It's kind of a... Okay, so it's the bottom that dyes and this bottom part of the sleeves. Okay, okay. So that's black. So it looks like it's kind of a little washed out. So there's dark green. Interesting. After wants to give me something. A yellow and blue spotted egg. Well, thanks. I think I've already done the eggs. But that's okay. Let's see. Burgundy. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it's got kind of like a muted. Oh, you know what's really good with that muted color is the peach. Let's see. If Shire peach. No, that's kind of a bit on the white side, really. What about Lorien gold? It looks kind of yellow. Or green. Interesting. So everything is going to be kind of a lighter color. There you go. There's the Rohan green. You know, it's a good point. There's some colors that are really dark, and there's times when I'm like, I don't know if I would ever use that. But there you go. This would be a way you could use a really dark color, because it would kind of mute it a little bit. Oh, that sunset orange is kind of cute with the brown. Shire plum. Wow, that's deep. Okay, so that's the new innkeeper's dress. There's a tome of the mushroom nether hound. There's the tome of the feed-laden donkey. Now, it's listed for mithril there, but I think you can get it... No? Oh, interesting. It's just listed for mithril? That's a cosmetic pet, I believe. Yeah, that's a cosmetic pet. We have the robe of leisure. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's go see how that looks. Let's try dark clay. Oh, that's not a good option. Okay. Oh, wow, it does the whole thing. Looks like there's 2 tones going on, the top bib part and then the bottom part. Let's see if I do. I'm going to keep picking greens. There's a Moria silver. That is an interesting look. I'm not sure how that would work with my characters. but I will keep it in mind. Okay, so that's the robe of leisure. And then let's see, there's the mantle of the farmer's table. I think some of these, so now I think we're getting into the old stuff. Yeah, the cloak of the picnic table, right? Or the farmer's table. And surcoat of the yield. Maybe those are new, but I think those were from last year. Oh, the pack of the yield is great. That's a good one. I've had that before. Yeah, now we're getting into stuff that we've seen before. These are previous year's rewards. Okay. Oh, because I was looking at all. Oh, you know, it's interesting. Oh, new cosmetics. Okay, so if you click on new cosmetics, it's not new cosmetics, it's new everything for the fair. And Weir Willow points out that the 2 new outfits are from the LOTRO store. So yeah, I think that's something they're working on doing, because I know a lot of people have said, hey, things are available in one place, but wouldn't it be neat if we had options to earn them rather than buy them from Mithril? So I think that's kind of what they're trying to do, is that instead of buying it from the store like once a year, you have an option to buy it with festival coins, so you can earn it with your time. I am surprised that the Tome of the Feed-Laden Donkey is listed only for Mithril coins, though. That seems a little odd that it's just come out and it's for Mithril. So we'll see. Let's see if that changes or something. Okay, so I have my assignment to go do 10 things. So one of the things you can do when you're here at Bywater is there's a horse to Bamfurlong and a horse to Sanson's farm. So, excuse me, we're going to take this horse to Sanson's farm. Now, they made a few tweaks to this year's festival, and this is one of them. You used to be able to do this one and the mushrooms once an hour. So like you had a 1 hour cooldown and then you can come back. It's now once a day, like, you know, it resets at server time. So we're going to go ahead and accept this quest. So what you want to do is the quest is still the same, that basically when it starts, you want to collect 5 eggs, 5 white eggs in order to pass the thing. And then if there's colored eggs and stuff like that, those contribute to a deed. Hey, Guitar Chim says, how did the Farmers Fair start today or yesterday? It started today, just a few hours ago. So yeah, so we're jumping in and getting in early, get stuff done and do it here on stream. Weir Willow says it worked out with the fireworks corgi last festival to have it available for Mithril coins. Yeah, I guess it worked out for them. Yeah, but there was like 5 corgis that they introduced at the time, and not all, like some were for tokens. So I was surprised that they went straight for Mithril on that. Oh well. And let's see. Yes, before says it started today. Rob Aldolin says, I used to avoid fairs for years. That was a mistake. They are great fun. I agree. I have a lot of fun with the festivals. I mean, that's kind of my jam. So I started, I pitched this to SSG, to Cordovan, who is in charge of, you know, keeping track of all of us who are on this official LOTRO channel. And I said, hey, I would like to do a stream where I'm covering the festivals. You know, would that be of interest? And he's like, yes, go for it. So yeah. So that was kind of my thing. And I thought, well, when there's no festival, I just won't stream. But it hasn't turned out that way. I actually just do other things because I always found something else that was interesting to cover. So pretty much I just stream every week, and when it's festival week, we do festivals, and when it's not festival week, we do landscape or instances or skirmishes, and yeah, we find other fun things to do. Okay, so it's begun, so I'm going to ignore chat for a minute. So I am looking for an egg. So they will drop white eggs or colored eggs, like this green one. Oh, I should let this other guy have it. There's it go. So this white egg looks good. Sometimes, good, it says 1 of 5. But sometimes you'll get an egg that kind of looks a little like it's smoking. And those are rotten eggs, and you don't want those. All right, I have 3 out of 5 so far of the white eggs. And the reason I'm going ahead and getting the white eggs, one, they give you festival tokens, but also, I can let that guy get that one. They are, I'm seeing fewer bad eggs this round. than in previous years. So maybe they adjusted the number of rotten eggs. So that's nice. That would be nice. Okay, so I've collected my 5 white eggs. That's all I need. There's a bunch of white eggs out there. I'm gonna leave most of them. They will disappear after a while. Okay, so see, this one's kind of smoky. So it's like, it's a rotten egg. And so it'll like give me, this is, ugh, a bad egg. I've turned off post-processing effects, most of it, but you can see things are a little fuzzy. All right, it says, congratulations, you won the egg scramble. So now I have 6 of these white eggs, and then I open it. It turns into a Farmers Faire token. And because I am wearing the Fate of Gundabad toolkit, or Fateful toolkit, I get +1, plus 10% of, is what we figured out, of tokens. So 1, and it rounds up. So 1 plus 10% rounds up to 2, for example. So you see I'm getting Farmers Faire tokens for each of that. I'm getting 2. Now you'll see this yellow and blue spotted egg here. Let me go ahead and turn this in. All right, cool. So I got 11 because 10.1 rounds up to 11. And it's nice. There's a pony right here, and it just automatically takes me back to the area. Okay, so that yellow and blue spotted egg, I can open it and it'll have like 2 or 4 tokens in it. I forget the amount. But if you go to your quest log under class race epic and under race and social, I'm going to go to completed because I think I've done them all, and it'll be egg scramble. Yeah. Collect colored eggs, and those are solid colored eggs. So you have to get a blue one, a green one, an orange one, a red one, and a purple one. And it says acquire and use. So when they say use, it means you got to open it and you get the tokens out of it. So not just get it, but actually open it. And then there's spotted eggs, which is what this one is. It's a spotted egg. So you notice it's yellow and blue spotted. So it's like blue with yellow spots. So there's 5 of those to collect and open. And then there's the striped eggs, which like literally have stripes on them. So there's 5 of those. I have done all of those. The only thing I don't have, and it's a hidden deed, is there's a golden egg, and we know it exists because I saw one of my kidmates get it last year. But I have yet to get the golden egg, and I've been trying for like 4 years overall, not just on this character, I mean just in general. So still working on getting that golden egg. And unfortunately, because that quest now is once a day instead of once an hour, the chances of getting it go down unless they have improved the, you know, the stats on that. I don't know. Okay, so that was Sanson's farm. Now we're going to go to Bam Furlong, which is out by Farmer Maggot. Let me catch up on chat real quick. So let's see. Yes, B4 also has that same opinion that the once a day egg hunt is going to make the golden egg deed much rarer going forward. So Where Willow, you are a lucky person. Pierogies and kielbasa, welcome. Oh, you're loving the stream and you've learned a lot. Well, I am here to teach you or show you everything. Okay, I was going to say everything that I know. I don't think that's possible. But I am happy to pass on the knowledge that I have learned over the, 4.5 years that I've been playing LOTRO. No, that's not right. 3.5 years, maybe. No, yeah, because I started playing in 2019. We moved here in 2018. Yeah, and I started playing in 2019.
So 3.5.
So 3.5 years. There we go. In the 3.5 years that I've been playing. Yes, happy to share the knowledge. And nobody knows everything in this game. Like, this game is so deep. There's so many layers of everything. So if you ever are like, hey, I don't know how to do a thing, you can always ask here. Somebody in chat might know, or ask in the world chat, depending on your server. Usually people in world chat are helpful. And somebody will know and be able to help you, which is great. Egg Arthur, goopy eggs. Though they're kind of like smoky eggs, they're stinky. You need a certain level of graphics detail to tell them apart. Yes, and I have a new computer, so I'm able to share the amazing graphics with you all, which makes me very happy. Let's go ahead and grab this quest, though. Okay, so we're going into Farmer Maggot's field, and we're going to go and grab mushrooms. But we have to keep an eye out for Grip, Fang, and Wolf, because we'll need to catch the mushrooms quickly before they catch your scent. But he says, but watch what you eat. Several of our participants have reported some pretty strange effects from some of the rarer varieties of mushrooms this year. Okay, actually it's possible I still have my post-processing on, in which case you'll get to see all sorts of funny things. So note this scarecrow here. Sometimes the scarecrow looks like something else. So yeah, so sometimes the scarecrows take on a different look. And notice that like there's only so much zooming in you can do. Now that person is doing what I often do, which is to start over here in this part of the field. Oh, maybe they ran off. Because the dogs are gonna start like across from me over there. And that allows me to pick up a few mushrooms because they go as fast as you, but you can outmaneuver them if you're careful. You just gotta be careful. Okay, so yeah, and Guitar Chim says, I remember that the egg scramble can get hectic when a lot of players are there at the same time. Yes, and yes, Pierogies and Kielbasa says the one where you smack people around in Thorns Hall is a treat. That one I like to do like as a pair if possible, because then we just hit each other. Because if you, okay, so notice I can't, oh, it's the other direction I wanted to go. Never mind, this is fine though. Notice I can't zoom out terribly much, but I am just doing like select and use here. And if there's somebody else in here, you can end up touching the same mushroom together. Okay, see this one that's got like a color to it. So it counts as one of the mushrooms that I need, but, because I need to get 8. But it is a little wacky and it gave me an effect. Oh, here's a Violet Delight mushroom. Oh, that sounds awesome. Yeah, that one's probably safe. So you can see the little eyes. Oh, wow, look at my screen. It's gotten all fuzzy. It's Violet Delight. So you keep an eye on those eyes. Okay, notice that they turn to rings. That's because I got my 8. I have successfully finished the quest. But notice when I pick up a mushroom, I just got some Farmers Faire tokens for that. So what I do is, especially if there's nobody else like nearby, I just keep going. I don't want to take mushrooms from other people who are trying to get their quest, but if there's time, I will keep munching these mushrooms and get more tokens. Now, this also used to be a once an hour item, and they've switched it to once a day also. So that's kind of a bummer because this was a great way to come and get a lot of tokens if you were like, you know, if there was something you were trying to buy and, you know, you wanted a bunch of tokens, this was a great way to do it. But this was like my favorite way to do it. Like I could get as many as like 50 tokens in one round. It was a little crazy because look, I'm still eating mushrooms. I'm still avoiding the dogs. It's a timed thing though, so eventually it'll say, okay, it's over, you know, leave the field. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, it made me small. I like the one. That's awesome. There's one that makes you small and there's one that makes you big. It's kind of like, you know, Alice in Wonderland. Uh-oh, I think I'm about to be spotted. Whoa. Now you can't leave the field. Look how little I am. I'm so little, Wolf didn't even see me. That was great. The effect will wear off, but it does stay with you for a while. So like the event can wear off, can finish, and you port back to like the main area and you're still small, or you're still huge. It's so funny. What's this one? A black heart mushroom. Oh, this might be the one that turns the scarecrows funny. Because sometimes you'll see like, yes, look, there's Mordrith. Oops, I gotta run, there's a dog. Let's see, and then I think we saw a Nazgul. Yep, there's the Nazgul up there. And that should be in there. I think there's a third scarecrow, right? Maybe down this way. Oh yeah, there it is. Gortheron the Doomcaller is down there. Oh, that's too cool, isn't it? I love that. Hey, I'm small again. Okay, congratulations, you won the mushroom hunt. Whee! All right, let's go. So we want to go over to, what's his nut over here? Look how small I am. All right, you ran circles around Farmer Maggot's dog. Hope you left some mushrooms for everybody else. I hope so. So yeah, oh wait, yes, 8 hours and 52 minutes because that's when the server time would reset, I guess. So sad. So once a day now instead of whatever. But that does count towards my 10 for the day that I'm trying to do. So that's good. So now I've done 2 out of 10. I love this. Like I could go over here to the all these other hobbits that are standing here, like waiting to get stuff. And look how tiny I am. Like, hey, can I get some? Can I help? So teeny. That's fun. Let's see. And then there we go, there I'm back. Guitar Chin says you started playing this when you moved, which was 9 years ago. I know, crazy. Yeah, crazy how time flies. Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, awesome. I love being small. That one's fun. Okay, so now I want to find a handful of other things to do. So, like I said, the festival has kind of areas where there's stuff going on. So this area is very active. So active that the hobbits that go and do Green Dragon Friday on Laurelin are going to be elsewhere during the festival. They're like, we're just going to pick a different place to go, which is kind of funny. Okay, so what you have over here, this lady, she is an overworked vendor. And when you go to her, she's like, hey, can you help me out? I've got all these customers and I just cannot seem to get through everybody. So rings will come up on a bunch of the customers and you pick one and it'll be like, hey, I need these groceries. And so you run around here and there are groceries that you can pick up. So you've got your produce is over here. There's some meat over there. There's some bread there. There's some cheese over here. And, oh wait. Oh, no, the cheese is over here. What's that? I don't think that's anything. So, oh, and onions. There's onions somewhere. Oh, there they are. There's 2 onions. There's a red one and a white one. I don't know why they're not with the other stuff. I think because they wanted to balance having you go all over the place. So they'll be like, they'll give you a list, and it's not like a red onion, a loaf of bread, blah, blah. It's like, I like this, but sometimes I like that. So I think I want to have this today. No, I think I want to have that instead. So give me one of those. So you do have to kind of read it and pay attention or you'll grab the wrong things. But there's like out on the LOTRO wiki and stuff like that, you can get the lists of what they actually want. So if you're struggling with that, you can do that. And also you can kind of like do them in a particular order if that works for you. Like, you know, okay, this person needs these 3 things. Cool. This one's going to need 3 things. Do that. This one's going to need 4. Fine. I'll do that. You know, maybe after a while you'll be like, okay, you have a pattern. So that's what these folks are doing. And you have like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to satisfy as many of them as you can. Because you're just running around right here, pretty much, it's pretty easy. It's just a matter of reading the directions and making sure you get the right stuff. Oh, and the cabbages. There's like big head of cabbage and a small head of cabbage. So those will be on the list as well. So that's what's going on over there. If you talk to this guy, it's a somewhat similar sort of thing. He has, let's see, help him complete a restocking task. Sure, we'll accept that. Because see, now there's a huge list of things. And basically, he sends you all over this area of the Shire and basically like, you know, can you go deal with some beehives? Can you go to Appledore and get some apples? Can you go to Sanson's farm and get some eggs? Take the horse from nearby. But then you have to run back. But, and he gives you a pie and so you eat a piece of the pie and you run faster. It does not stack with your hunter ability. So in fact, if you're a hunter, you want to turn off your hunter ability so that way you get the effect of the pie because the pie is faster. So these are a bunch of things that you can do. And there is a deed for that, which is, let's see, this is restocking. So is it called restocking? Dun, 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 dun. The new swift travel routes make the restocking quests a lot easier. Oh, nice. That's true. With all the stuff with the Shire that they added in some more. I hadn't even thought about that. Of course I haven't done this festival since, you know, they added in new ways of getting around, which is pretty handy. Let's see, why am I not seeing it? I think I finished it. I might pull up the deed tracker here in a minute instead. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, we're gonna have to look in the deed tracker. So this is a plugin that B4 created, and he streams after me here today. So if you have any questions about this sort of thing, that's a great place to have questions answered. All right, I think it's called, nope, it's not called restocking. Okay, I am going to look at race and social, and I'm gonna scroll down to the Farmers Faire, Midsummer Farmers Faire. Okay, too much of everything. Oh, that's the eating and drinking one. There's some races. Well, I'll show you those in a minute. Oh, helping hand. Maybe that's what it's called. Okay, so yeah, so once you finish each one of those once, then that completes a deed called helping hand. And I think you get a title. Yeah, you get the title helping hand with that too, which is nice. So the only things I haven't done for Farmers Faire, it looks like, is Essence of Toad, I need to consume those 300 times. Foul Blast 300 times, and Vile Victuals. Okay, so I will be working towards that later on. Okay, so I could pick any one of these things and do it, and you can only do one per day, but it would count towards my 10 things. So like, for example, we'll just take restocking the mushroom tent. So collect the basket of mushrooms, and then eat a pie for a burst of energy. He's like, oh no, we're out of mushrooms. Head to Bamfurlong to find another basket for the market and bring it back as quickly as you can. Here, take this pie. It was my great-grandmother's secret recipe, and it said to lend you incredible speed when you take a bite of it. Hurry now, do not tarry. Okay, so I gotta go to Bamfurlong and pick up some mushrooms. Oh, let's put this back on because I can't tell which is which. And yeah, so I just took the horse to Bamfurlong, which is fantastic. And now my ring is showing me that I am headed over here to grab those mushrooms from Farmer Maggot's farm. Doopy-doopy-doo, don't mind me. That's probably what that person was doing that we saw earlier when I was doing the mushroom hunt, was probably running over here to grab some mushrooms. Nope, I don't want the branches, thanks. Where are the mushrooms? Oh, I just ticked past it. Haha, fine, savory mushrooms. Oh, there they are. I'm gonna take that off. Oh, goodness. Let me just stand on the wrong side of it. Thank you. Okay, thanks for the mushrooms. Gotta run these back to the fair. Gotta go. So notice how slow I'm running, but I'm gonna eat some pie. And look at me now. 0. Let's see, make sure I'm going to the right place. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Oh, and I think you have to be careful not to get them wet. I think there's that too. Like the normal, like carrying the post. I think you can't go through the water with them. Oh, the pie wore out. I'll have another bite. Om nom nom. So I have like 5 minutes to get this over there. It will not take me 5 minutes to run this over there. Because for one, we're going to cut across here in front of, what's the name of that town we just passed? The one that's a little in the valley. In the hill country. I can't remember the name of it. But we're going to go past there. We just did. And it's also nice because I'm like not level 5 or something like that. So I can just run right past these wolves and everybody, and they do not notice me at all. They're like, I'll just hide over here. Hopefully that hobbit won't hurt me. All good. That shrew though, man, he was gutsy. Following me along. All right, so here we are. We're coming up on the road. That'll be great. We can just follow that to Bywater. So here we come in. Pom pom. Oh yeah, I want to set a milestone out in Bywater. I remember to do that. There's Frogmorton. So we're going to zoom past Frogmorton. Frogmorton down there in the Frogmoors. There's one that takes you up to like Brockenborings, and then you got to run all the way back from there. That's a little scary if you're a low level, because you want to cut through the forest, but man, there's a lot of stuff in that forest. Oh, we're slow. Let's eat some pie. So again, if you're a hunter, you want to make sure you turn off your hunter quick, because you'll notice I turned that off. Otherwise, the pie doesn't take effect. I don't know why. It just doesn't. Something about, you know, mixing chemicals or something. I don't know. Okay, so now, where's he at? Oh, he's over here. Here you go, buddy. I brought you your mushrooms. Wait, carry the mushrooms. Yeah. Oh, I have to tell him. There we go. He took the mushrooms from me. Ta-da! So now I should be at... Oh, wait. That says still 2. That one doesn't count. Well, I don't want to do that again. That was silly. I mean, I got some tokens out of it, though, so that's cool. Okay, so what's going on with this guy? He says that basically... it says, are you keeping out of trouble at the Farmers Fair? Of course you are. You wouldn't sink to the level of those dreadfully misbehaved partygoers. So this is a famous one. People talk about this one all the time, and they're like, it drives me crazy. So we're going to do a couple of things here. First of all, we're going to go and to the, we're going to go to that link I shared earlier to the Farmers Fair guide that is on LOTRO, because at the bottom, it takes me to the LOTRO wiki, and the LOTRO wiki has, here we go, the Bounders Rounds, which is what we're going to be doing here. He says, hey, if you're looking for something to do, would you help me make the rounds about the fair? Some folks have had too much to drink and must be reprimanded for bad behavior and being a public nuisance. So we need to reprimand 7 drunks for their disorderly conduct, but we need to leave the sober partygoers alone. So if we go and reprimand sober people, we'll be in trouble. So notice there's a whole bunch of rings over here. I could just start talking to them, but if they're a sober guest, I'll fail if I do it twice. But notice how, like, over there, people are talking. So these 3 will eventually be talking. And there we go. So this one says, a toast to the fine farmers who made the fair so delicious. May the toes in your hair grow thick and curly. Well, that sounds a bit silly. Toes in your hair. And so we were like, wah, wah, wah. She says, the Farmers Fair is my favorite festival of all. I like it when the farmers judge the local pigs. Well, that sounds pretty correct. So on the wiki, it has... in here, I'll just go ahead and pop this straight into the chat too. Let's see, she's got into quite a quarrel with Ted Sandyman when he told the gaffer's taters weren't as big as their own. So there's that. Yep. Because on there it has the list of what is right and what is wrong. And they've bolded the spot that's strange. So the part about may the toes in your hair grow thick and curly, it's may the hair on your toes grow thick and curly. That's the wrong and the right versions, right? When they say it correctly, it's they talk about the smell of fresh picked vegetables instead of fresh licked vegetables. Doesn't hold a candle to old Mad Baggins. That sounds correct. If it was wrong, it would be old Bad Maggins. Let's see, old Mad Baggins. Yep, that's fine. Yes, the Farmers Fair is your favorite festival of all. I like it when the farmers judge the local pigs as opposed to the pigs judge the local farmers. She made a daring trip to Farmer Maggot's field to taste a mushroom or 2, but the dogs chased her away. If it wasn't that, it would be a munch room or 2. Instead of getting into a quarrel with Ted Sandyman, it would be a squirrel. And somebody says they came all the way from Frogmorton. Fresh picked vegetables, so that's fine. But somebody says they came all the way from Frogmorton to taste the victuals at the Farmers Fair. And somebody else says they came all the day from Frogmorton to waste the victuals at Farmers Fair. And the other one is somebody says, I burped, pardon me. That's good. If they say I burped, ha ha ha, then that's drunken behavior, apparently. So those are the, oh, and the other one I missed was slupper. Somebody talks about the mayor. Oh, here it is. The mayor never stops eating, a disgusting display, but that reminds me, I am rather hungry. Where is supper? If she says it wrong, it's where is slupper with an L. I think that's all of them. Toes in your hair, fresh licked vegetables, haha, waste victuals, a squirrel with Ted Sandyman, a munchroom, slupper, pigs judging farmers, and bad Maggins, or mad baggins, bad Maggins, yeah. So those are what you're looking for. And so you've got a trio here. You've got a group of them over here. Yeah, see, and I have a hard time, there we go, because I've got floaty names on, but even if you take them off, it gets a little, it's a little crowded. So, so there's a group there. There's also a group, a pair of them over here. And then you've got her right here. Oh, she says munchroom. I better check on her. Hey. All right, we got 2 of them. We've got 2 here, and we've got like a group of 5 or something over there. Oh, and then these 2 over here. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll end up doing another quest at the same time as I'm doing this. A good one to do is the mayor. So here's Mayor Will Whitfoot, flour dumpling. And he is eating some of the things that have been brought to the fair. And so you check in with him, and he's like, oh, what a feast this is. The Farmers Fair is my favorite festival of the year. I insist upon tasting every food that is offered at the market. The problem is sometimes I sample something rather alarming, and I need relief. Will you help me? So you want to bring him the things that relieve him, but do not bring him the wrong item. So you got to bring him 6 things over time of what he's looking for. And the stuff will show up here, and he'll say something over there like, This is also on the wiki in that same area, which is really handy. Like, too spicy, save me. You want to throw milk on them. I mean, why wouldn't you? Let's see, may the hair on your toes. Nope, that's fine. All right, stuff has appeared. He's eating and he's about to tell us something. Well, this person said slupper though. He says, ouch, too much pepper. Hang on, we gotta reprimand you. Okay, so too much pepper, so we want to get him some milk. And we run over by him, and it whoosh. And we have relieved the mayor. Hooray. So now we just wait for the next round of that to show up, and that's what I tend to do is I kind of hover in this area and keep an eye on the chatterers of the area at the same time. And that makes that quest go by a little easier, it seems like to me, because I'm kind of watching one and the other at the same time. Like that one says a mushroom or two, so I know that that's fine. I don't need to run over there. Got into a quarrel. Nope, that one's good. Old Mad Baggins. Yeah, that's right. I have to think that one through. But the mayor is eating. Did Opal forget to season this? That would be salt. So we want to find the handful of salt. Grab that. And we're going to go throw some salt at him. Because that's what you do. Oh, so that person just reprimanded somebody who is not too drunk, and they say, how rude. Where is supper? Nope, that's fine. So then we just chill out and wait for the next one to come through. And once you do the mayor one a couple of times, you start to kind of remember, what you need, what it is that he's looking for. Is it vegables instead of vegetables? Yes, he's eating the entire fair. Oops, speaking of, he's back up. That was a passable meal, I suppose. That one, you don't do anything. So it's kind of a dud. You don't do anything for that one. You have the hair on your toes. The vegetables is not bolded on the wiki. Let's see. Oh, no, it is. You're right. Fresh licked vegetables instead of vegetables. Okay, I didn't catch that. Let's see. When the farmers judge the local pigs, that's fine. Taste the victuals at the farmers fair, that's fine. We're not wasting victuals, we're tasting victuals. So we're good there. Anybody up the hill? Vegetables. Fresh licked vegetables. Who said that? You. Hey, you. No licking vegetables. Dear me, it burns, it burns. That sounds like milk. That sounds like me. I don't eat a lot of spicy food. I mean, because it's like, it burns, it burns. Like, I don't like it when my mouth hurts and all that. Taste a mushroom. Nope, she can eat mushrooms, that's fine. You're fine with those mushrooms, lady. All right, so how many more drunkards do we need? 3 more. Goodness. Actually, what a lot of times I'll do is I'll go back and I catch this grub because they often have somebody. Munchroom. Yes. Now that was a quarrel, so that didn't count. Oh, spicy, spicy, he says. All right, let's grab a bucket of milk. There it is. Whoop. Whoop. All right, 4 out of 6 on the mayor. Mad Baggins, that one's fine. Mad Baggins, that one's fine. Uh-oh, can't read all that. Let's see, we got a mushroom, and we have Mad Baggins. Okay, that one's fine. I like the idea that they have these funny little things to say, but it is a little hard to read sometimes, especially when they're on top of each other. When is supper? Nope, she's fine. Well, the mayor's about to do something anyway. Yeah, a lot of times I end up finishing the mayor before I finish the other things. Missing something. That's probably salt. Yeah, that's salt. That makes sense. Hey, salt. I would like to pick you up. Excellent. So one more mayor. And where is supper? Mad Baggins. Still waiting. Taste the victuals. Okay. Farmers judge the local pigs. They're allowed to do that. It's part of what they do. Frostbeard the Dwarf says, I haven't played Lord of the Rings online, but I'm interested. Is there a Hobbit burglar class? Yes, absolutely. Yes. Hobbits can play a lot of different things. Old Mad Baggins. Let's see. It reminds me, we're a supper. Nope, nothing there. Oh, his meal's missing a little something. Hang on. I gotta go get him some salt. So this is a festival, which is something that's a little bit more silly and lighthearted. So, okay, so then I just talked to the mayor because I'm already gone. He says, that meal really hit the spot. If you haven't been there to help me fetch what I needed, if you hadn't been there, I don't know if I would be half as content as I am right now. Has anyone ever told you you're really not that bad a sort of hobbit? Thanks. I burped, pardon me. Nope, she's fine. Let's see. Wow, these people are talking up a storm. Any munchrooms? No. Hair on your toes? No, that's fine. Bah. I still need 2 more. Come on. Anyway, yes, Frostbeard the Dwarf. You can play a hobbit, a dwarf, an elf, or a race of man. Those were the original ones. And then there's also... sorry, I was checking. There's high elf. There's now stout axe dwarf. You can play a Bjorning. I think that's everybody. Did I miss anything? Y'all in the chat, post if I missed anything. Oh, we got some fresh licked vegetables here. No licking the veggies. Unless you've like already paid for them and taken them home or something. Hair on your toes. No, that's fine. Mushroom. No, that's fine. Hair on your toes. No. I need the toes in your hair. Is it a class you must attack from the back of the target to do good damage? Asks Livu81. Yes, I believe that if you are behind them, you do more damage, and there's like this whole sneaking thing that you can do. I am really bad at playing a burglar. I'm so bad at it. But it turns out that I'm in LOTRO, I do much better with distance classes, and I'm with ranged, and I'm not as good with melee classes. And yeah, so Egg Arthur says there are positional and from stealth bonuses. So you can like chain all that together and do some, some big damage and stuff, which is great. But again, I'm just not good at playing a burglar, so I'm not good at giving you a lot of detail on that. I do have a couple Hobbit burglars sprinkled around. I'm on a bunch of different servers, or I've started characters on a bunch of different servers, but I tend to only get active on 1 or 2 at a time. Here, while we're standing here, we're gonna go ahead and do another one. So we're gonna talk to this drunkard who's over here. And these bounders, he says, are so mean, accusing poor, innocent me of drunken, orderly, and disconduct. It cannot be borne. He says, you'll have a drink with me, won't you? Stick it to those nasty bounders, eh? So we're going to have a drink of his beer. And then it says, you're now somewhat drunk. Hey, when did all those rotten vegetables get in your inventory? So now you'll see we have a couple of eyes wandering around. Well, one's wandering and one's standing still. So I can get close enough once it gets this ring, this red goes away. I can throw a rotten cabbage. Oh, now he's too far away. Target, not line of sight. Here, I'll just hit the other one. Hey, Bounder Boffin. Sorry. It's coming to you. I'm going to hit him with that rotten cabbage. And that's when he says, hey, who did that? So let me turn off my post-processing effects so you can see better what's going on here. I mean, it's kind of cute, the fun, the post-processing effect is fun. But we are going to turn that off so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so we've still got that bounder who's wandering. Oh, he's right there. I got to run. If he sees me with all these cabbages, he's going to figure it out. He's like, hey, who did that? I have thrown an unpleasant smelling vegetable. Liviu says, okay, didn't play some classes yet, burglar included. Thank you for the info. Yeah, absolutely. And so that's the thing is, though, there's the different races that you can play, and then there's the different classes you can play. So burglar is one of them. Let me think. Okay, so we've got captains and hunters and minstrels. Before likes playing minstrels. It says minstrels are the bestrels. Bjornings. Only Bjornings can play Bjornings, and only Bjornings can be Bjornings. Can be played by Bjornings. So if you want to play a Bjorning class, you have to play the Bjorning race. And if you want to play a Bjorning race, you must be then playing the Bjorning class. It's just how that goes. They've got some really interesting abilities. Oh my gosh, I'm sure I'm remembering. I'm like, oh yeah, Runekeeper, Lore Master. Oh yeah, Lore Master is one of the ones I like too. Guys, there's like 10 different classes that you can do. 10, 11? There's a lot. So, and I have one of every type of class on this server for reasons, for deed purposes. Oh, Brawler. Brawler is another one. And Brawler, yes, as Edgar Arthur points out, Brawler can be played by any of the races. But okay, so there was a question from Frostbeard the Dwarf. What is the difference between the two types of dwarves? So there's regular dwarves and then there's stout axe dwarves. They have a different history, for one. Stout axe dwarves can be female. I don't think regular dwarves can be. There are some differences in their racial abilities. Oh my gosh, now I can't think. I'm on a Hobbit, so I can't just go and look it up. What I would do is I would say, if you are like really interested to kind of look at more information on that, is if you go to the LOTRO Wiki, which is a fan run site, but it's basically, you know, people are typing in everything about the game, like, 'cause we want to help each other out. And look up Stout Axe Dwarf and look up regular dwarf and just see what the differences are between them and see if one appeals to you more than the other for whatever reason. For example, I have played elves and I have played high elves, and like elves I think have a racial ability with like the bow or something like that, and so they make really good hunters, but I prefer playing a hobbit, so I play a hobbit hunter and I just don't get the bonus. I'm okay with that. But then you've got the high elves. They have a longer look to them, and they have their dance 3 is this kind of ballet move, which is really cool. And then if they jump from a height, instead of just like landing, they do like this tumble, which is really cool. High elves also have a racial ability, which is every 30 minutes they can resurrect somebody. So that could be really handy to have like kind of in your back pocket in a party, that somebody, like if your healer is down or something. And so Bjornings have a resurrection also. But if you have like your minstrel in the party and they're down, you need someone to res the mini. So having a Bjorning or a high elf in the party can be really useful for that. So yeah, so there's, before just posted a link to the general wiki as well. So that can be, you know, a place to also look and compare the different races and see what kind of appeals to you. I started off, my very first character, I wanted to be Gimli. So I created a dwarf. This is before Stout Axe dwarves were around. I'm not sure if I would have chosen Stout Axe over regular. But anyway, so I made a dwarf, and he was a champion. So like running in, hitting things, rah, and all of that. But it turns out that, and then before was playing a Hobbit hunter. And what would happen is he'd gotten really good at getting his hunter to, so she could like, she had great critical attacks and like these critical bonuses that stacked and like all this great stuff. So I'd be like running in and go to hit the thing, and she'd be like, Heartseeker, boom, and it would fall over. And I'm like, ah, nothing to hit. So I was like, so I decided that wasn't what I wanted to do. And I was like, okay, well, why don't I try being like a minstrel? Because a minstrel, you know, they're a distance thing, and I can scream at people, and also I like to be able to heal, and so I could heal the party, and I thought that would be a really nice one for me. And I went pretty far with my healer. Actually, I liked her quite a lot. And she was an elf, and I was kind of going through an elf. I go through elf phases from time to time, but I really had that hunter thing was in the back of my mind. And so I eventually did try a hunter, and that's just definitely become my favorite. That's my favorite class by far. I also do like lore masters. I like collecting all the different animals. And I like some of the lore master abilities. I'm not proficient at playing a lore master. Like if we went through the hunter's abilities, I could probably explain to you what each one of them does and why that's a good thing. But if we go through like the lore master stuff, I'm still baffled by half of them. But I still like playing lore master, and I want to get better at it. So in September, I think, sometime like the next big update that they're doing for LOTRO, it will have some of the races will get more class abilities. So right now you can't play a lore master if you're a hobbit. As a hobbit, you can't play a champion or a lore master. I think there's a couple others. So there's restrictions on what you can and can't do with various classes, right? And with the races. But they're opening it up a little bit more. So high elves will have more that they can do. Hobbits will have more that they can do. Dwarves will have a few more that they can do. So so I could be a hobbit lore master. So I might actually do that. Oh, Pierogies and Kielbasa, you're a dev, so you're very curious to dive into the plugins and hopefully contribute. So you definitely want to stick around after my stream, because that's when B4 will be doing his stream, which is called Plugin Along, and it's all about LOTRO plugins. Like, he does development on screen. And so it's really crazy because the chat will be all about, well, what about insert techie stuff here, you know, over on line 44, did you see how you had that comma there instead of a period or whatever? And I'm like, okay, this is the right crowd for that. Y'all can enjoy each other's company. That's pretty awesome. Because if you started talking about programming plugins here, I'd be like, yes, I love plugins and I use them all the time, but I don't program them, you know, so. So yeah, there you go. Okay. So we are going to turn this into the drunkard guy, and he says, well done, you bowed them shoulders. He's like, hey, who drank my beer? So we're going to just walk quietly away from that guy. Okay, we could do the groceries one. I'm not going to do that right now because I want to keep showing you more stuff. What does she want? I can't remember what she wants. Collect the frozen sweet cream. Oh, we're going to take this over to Tansy Tyfield. This is perfectly. Okay. So there's a whole bunch of stuff happening over at the party tree, which is kind of where I want to take you. The other thing is there's a bunch of stuff happening at the pond, so we'll come back to that. So she says, I would like to give a gift to my friend, Tansy Tyfield, who works tirelessly at the party tree. I think she deserves a treat to help her cool off. Take a little frozen sweet cream from the vat and take it to her if you would. And a hint, if you would like it, frozen sweet cream goes remarkably well with honey and fresh fruit. You can find these things at Bywater, you know. Okay, so we need to collect the frozen sweet cream. Okay, and then we're going to go somewhere else. But let me catch up on chat again. You asked about things. Yes, Hagar Arthur says, high elves have a Vulcan neck pinch. It does seem like they look like they do. Hey, that hint that she gave us about fruit and honey, we're going to do that. So we're going to pick up some fruit and add that in. Do we have a good list of plugins that we recommend, asks Pierogi and Kielbasa. And yes, we do. Thank you, Mubat. So those are some of the plugins that some of us use or recommend or find that we enjoy quite a lot. Oh, the honey is inside the green dragon, just FYI. I gotta go talk to Barmy, not here. Hey, Barmy. Frozen sweet cream. Some honey for dessert for Bluet Goldworthy on the house, my friend, on the house. I'm a great admirer of Bluet's desserts. The honey is fresh from a local hive. I was going to use it for my next batch of mead, but I can get more tomorrow. Thanks. Oh, I gotta mix the dessert. That's interesting. Did I not mix the last one? I thought it auto-mixed. Okay. Yes, so we're talking about plugins. Yes, and B4 is always on after me. That's true. Okay, so bring the frozen dessert to Tansy Tyfield. So we're going to work our way that way. Let's see. You're saying high elves, like Arthur, have Glory of the First Age, a 3-second stun. You hardly ever use it. Yeah, high elves I think have a couple more things that I like just a little bit more than regular elves. So much so that I've considered doing a race change on some of my elves to high elves. Okay, we're going to run by the water here, but there is, you might notice, a bunch of fishing things going on here. Goldie Tunnelly, she lost a bunch of stuff in the water, and you got to go fish it out for her. Bolo Bulger wants you to catch some big fish, but not little fish. He's very particular. The fishing hole over here, catch as many fish as you can in 10 minutes. We'll go ahead and accept that because the timer will just run. Now, notice a bunch of those rings just went away. Of the fishing hole fishing quests, you can only have one of them active at a time. So because I took that one, the rest of them disappeared. They'll be back later. Melia Pot over there, she wants us to check in with her, but she doesn't have a ring right now. Moscow Smolborough, he has this crazy fish tail. You just got to read it. It's cute. And he's lost things around the lake, and so you have to go pick them up. Actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and do that one because Belongings Gone Fishing is the name of the quest, and this is one that people have trouble finding all of the stuff. So I will rock through that right now. Okay, so we've got this bridge here, and we're going to go across this bridge. And the first thing you see, you notice there's little sparkles here. That's because that's one of his missing items. Did I turn off names? No. That is, and so a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just use my select and then my use buttons. So that is the hoe that he lost. And Gorgonzoni says, good evening all. Good evening. We are doing Belongings Gone Missing with to find Moscow's stuff. Oh, thanks, Moobot. Yes, so each one of us is listed. All of us that stream here are listed on that, should be. Let's see. Okay, so we went from there. We went kind of up the hill, you'll see, and there's those farms. And these are the farms that you can use really close to where if you're actually farming in the game. And you'll notice his lucky bait is over here. So this is where he dropped his lucky bait. So pretty much it makes a circle around the lake to get all of the things that he has lost. So we're going to keep going. And we're going to work our way back around the lake. So we're going to scoot over here because this house, see this little cute little collection of houses here? On one of the pieces here, he left his lunch, his elevensies, sorry. All right, so now we're going to mount back up. I go ahead and mount up between them because it's a little bit of a ways. Plus, I forgot to put my fast running back on. Got to put those hunter fast feet on. That's a hunter skill that makes you go faster, but it also makes everyone in your fellowship who's nearby go faster. Okay, so now we've got this series of rocks here. And you can hop from one to the other if you want. And right at the end of that is the cloak, and that's one of the things he's lost. So the last thing we're missing is the fishing pole, and I think this is the hardest one for people to find. Hey, kitty, kitty. Kato has re-arrived. Hey, sweetie. So, okay, so we're going away back around the lake here, and it seems like we're almost back to the beginning, and we're here in like all these high reeds and stuff. His fishing pole is in here. So again, I'm going to use select and see how it pointed up and then use, and it takes me right to it. And then I'm able to pick it up right away. So now I have all of his items. So hopefully that helps you be able to see where to go and pick up all of his things. And then I just turn that in.
Hello there.
He says, did you see how far that giant fish threw me with all my belongings? Surely you believe me now. I'm going to try and catch that beast if it's the last thing I do. And there we go. So this is Kato. She's 8 years old. We adopted her and another cat that she lived with a couple of months ago now, like 3, 4 maybe months ago. So she has been slowly getting more and more comfortable hanging out in the living room with us. So I was really happy to have the possibility that she might come on stream, hang out with us all here. She likes to make biscuits. Yes, you do. You are a prolific biscuit maker. You would be a great cook in the game. Need all those biscuits. So her name is Kato, and the other one's name is Casper. All right, I am actually, oh, I want to, oh, hang on. I want to set my campsite fire here, but, so we're questing in Mirkwood right now as in our fellowship, in our group. Yeah? All right. Currently, my hunter campsite is set to Dol Guldur because we've been doing a bunch of stuff out there. But we're at the point where we're doing the epilogue stuff for that section. So I'm going to go ahead and set my campfire here because it's really useful. So, all right, I'm going to bind this location as a campsite fire. So that's, again, another hunter skill. And so you can see why I love hunters. Like, I get to make myself when others go faster. I get to travel around using campfires. You can only be bound to one campfire at a time, though. So that's why I was like, debating it. Okay, so she's still making biscuits there. It's too cute. So here we are at the party tree, and you'll see already it looks like there's a bunch of stuff going on. We've got 2 horses here that take us to races. One that's a Hobbit race and one that is a dwarf race. We'll come back and do that here in a moment. We have, in the party tree area itself, we have Tansy Tyfield. We're going to give her this frozen sweet cream that that I wanted to pass on. And she says, "Is this for me? Well, thank you. You and Blewett are dears. I was worried I wouldn't have time to get frozen sweet cream from Bywater before the stand closed for the day. There's ever so much to do here. This makes me so happy." All right. Now, she herself has 3 quests that she wants us to do for her. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at those. So cooling off. She says, "This is a mighty hot summer. Many of the patrons don't seem to be enjoying the festival as much this year due to the miserable heat." That's actually kind of true here in Europe. Anyway, so can you think of a way to cool them off? If only we had a fountain in Hobbiton. So she wants us to collect the jug of cool water and see if we can help cool them off. This is another quest that people talk about often because basically what we're going to do is we take a drink and then we kind of look around and then we spew water into the air to create a fountain. And then we come back to her and she's like, "You did what?" Okay. It's kind of funny. All right, and another one we're going to pick up from her is Defeat the Heat. And she's like, "Oh dear, it is terribly hot today, isn't it? I worry that the good patrons of the festival will succumb to the heat. Would you be so kind as to banish any bursts of heat that you see hanging around?" So that's what that is. So those little bursts of heat that come flying through here, like that one over there, you'll notice that people are defeating them, and that's how to defeat the heat with her. Okay, what else do we have? Let's see, Ned wants us to go, he's kind of giving us 3 quests that are like vector quests, like go do something else. So to the fishing hole, he wants us to go over to Bywater and check out the fishing and talk to Nettie Grubb. So basically we're just going to pick this up and we're just going to talk to her and be like, "Hey," and she's like, "Welcome to the fishing hole." We're like, "Thanks." That's the whole quest. Same thing, keg races. Thorns Hall boasts quite the spectacle this summer. I hear the dwarves will be racing about from keg to keg, drinking the entire time. That should be entertaining, do you not think? So if you wish to see for yourself, you should head to and then it gives you information. Ignore the part about how you should get there. You should take the horse that we just walked by a few minutes ago. We'll just do that. And then the other one is Taste of Hobbiton. And he's like, "Have you been to the Taste of Hobbiton yet? It might be the oldest thing the oddest thing I've ever laid eyes on. And it's certainly worth a visit. If you've not made your way to the Shire yet, if you need directions, ignore his directions. Go take the horse that's over there that we just walked by." Okay. So those are all like, go over here and check out this thing. So I think we're going to skip some of these because we're going to go check some of these other things. But I just wanted to show you that there's these other quests here. So this is why it's not too hard to get your 10 throughout in a daily, because I'm already at like 7 or 8, and I've just picked up 2 from the lady over there, and then I forgot her name, from Tansy Tyfield, and then Hardbottle here wants me to go fly kites in Hobbiton, and Baldo Mudfoot. Oh, he's another vector race. He wants me to go to the horse races because the horse races count. And so there's the one in Bree and the one here in the Shire. Meliot Hayward has misplaced a bunch of things, so she wants you to go around looking for them. Those are in this area around the party tree. And then also Foxglove Tunnelly has lost a handful of things, and she wants you to go around this area. Now, she, I think her quest might not count towards the 10, but she does give you virtue experience, 50 virtue experience each time you complete that. So that one's actually really handy to do. And I usually do those two together, along with the flying the kites, because you end up in the same area the whole time around. Oh yeah, and then Lilia Roper, she wants you to recover crashed kites, because people have been flying kites and they've crashed them. So she also gives you a quest. So it kind of all goes in the same area. So a lot of times I'll pick those all up together. But we're not going to do those right now. We're going to skip that because I want to go show you the races. So we're going to start with the keg race. And the reason we're going to do that is because the keg race has a horse to the Taste of Hobbiton. But the Taste of Hobbiton, I think, doesn't have, like, it makes a circle, and it makes sense to me. Because, like, here, this one takes you to the Taste of Hobbiton, but it doesn't take you back to the party tree. So I do this one first. Okay, so we've just come in the door up here at the top, and we want to go and check out what's going on over here. So this is another one that used to be once an hour, and now it's once a day. So you'll want to get this in because there's a deed, there's a couple of deeds involved with these races. So, okay, so I'm going to turn in that quest that sent me here to the keg races. Hey there, you are here to try your hand at guessing the fastest contestant, are you? I wish you the best of luck. All right, so we turn that in. Oh, that counts as participating in activity. Ho, 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 ho. That's convenient. While we're here, though, we'll notice that this is like where the race begins, and there's nobody standing here. And I don't think I can do the consolation prize because, yeah, requirement's not met, which is that I have not bet on a race and lost in the last few minutes. So while we're waiting, we're going to talk to Scully here. And the TLDR here with Scully is that he is a little hot-headed, and he threw his stuff all over the place. And he's like, hey, can you go find it for me? That's what's going on. So we're going to go and run around and recover his stuff for him. Yes, we'll do that. It's all in here. So while we're here, we can kind of keep an eye on and see if the race is going to start. The race is a 9-minute cycle. So there's 3 minutes after the race is finished. There's 3 minutes of the race itself, and then there's 3 minutes when they're standing there getting ready to race. So you have, you know, time to make your way around finding all of these things that he's lost. So here's a mining pick that he threw into a barrel. He, over here in the water, lost his spear, and he had a lucky jewel, which he dropped over here by the contestants. So I can go turn that in, but first, because the contestants are here, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. So the keg hopping race, he's like, you're here for the festival. You should do the keg hopping race. Okay, so basically, he's like, you should do it. And you're like, yes, I'd like to do it. And then you talk to him, and he's like, who do you want to bet on? And you don't actually spend anything. It's just basically, who do you pick? Who do you think is going to do that? So we'll take Colmar. So, and he has like some information about, you know, each person when you pick them. But I'm going to go ahead and just pick that. So I am hoping that Colmar here will be the fastest one overall and make his way all the way around and back to here. So we'll find that out in a minute. While we're waiting, we're going to turn this into Scully. Hey, Scully. He's like, my things, my spear, shield, mug, everything. Thank you. Now I can get back to my sulking without needing to worry about my missing goods. Yes, you can. Okay, so now with the keg hopping race, it does say don't leave the race area. So if I were to leave the room, I would fail this. So I can't be like, hey, I'll pick this up, pick one of these people, run over to the Hobbit race, see if that's ready to go. You got to stick around. Also, by the way, I did finish 10. That's 10 things. So I have, I'm ready to go talk to Campanula Chub and turn that in. So I will do that at some point still today. But first I wanted to show you in my quest log over in Race and Social, the Race and Social tab, which is the second one over. There is Lucky Day at the Races. So the first thing you have to do when you're first starting doing this festival with somebody is you have to win the race with each of these characters once. So you got Colmar's got to win once you've picked Colmar. Lar's got to win when you've picked Lar. Signar's got to, and so on, right? So you have to pick the right one, and you have to do that with each of the characters. So we have 4 of the dwarves that are here, and then we have 4 of the hobbits, which are in the Hobbit race. Once you have done that, you get a title called Lucky Duck, which is cute. But then you get, what's it called? You open up 2 other ones, and I was just looking at this earlier. We had this open earlier, where basically you are trying to do each of these, their races separately. Hang on. What is the name of it? There's the mushrooms. Much eating, much drinking. Okay, so this is much drinking, much running. So that opens up this one, which is select Colmar's credulity, that quest, and win 3 times. Here, they're over here drinking, so we're going to follow them along. Oh, Colmar, what you doing, buddy? You got to move a little faster. Look at these guys. Otto's 1 keg ahead of you already. All right, now he's running. So that's the thing. So then with the dwarves, you have to pick each one correctly 3 times. Once you finish that, you get 15 Farmers Faire tokens. Pretty cool. And you've got the same thing with the hobbits. Pick each one and be correct 3 times with each character. And once you've finished those 2, it completes another deed. I'll just pull up the deed tracker. So hang on, Colmar, where are you? Are you back there? Colmar, you're not even in this, man. Look, these guys are like 3 kegs ahead of you. It's going to be Lar or Otto. Oh, or Signar. Okay, bye. And there we go. So Colmar has lost the race. So everybody who picked Signar can go and talk to this guy here, and he'll give them some tokens. But I get a consolation present. And this used to only give you like 1 or 2 or something like that. It was not so good. So because they changed this so it's not every hour, you can only do it once a day, the consolation present's better. So at least there's that. Yeah, I can't do it for another 8 hours now. This is odd. So if you're trying to work on those deeds, it's kind of annoying. Okay, Taste of Hobbiton. This will take us to the equivalent version, but the hobbits. So here we are. Oh, they're already lined up. Hang on. We're going to Taste of Hobbiton. Yes, I would like to pick a contestant. We'll take Bustle with Birdie. That sounds great. Okay, so we're hoping that Birdie Gamich is going to be the fastest eater of all these people. All right. So we're going to wait. And again, it's the same sort of thing. Like there's a big circle. They go around and they eat at each of the stations. The only difference is in this one, there's not a quest that you can do and run around. Like there's no lost items to pick up from somebody or anything like that. So let's take a look. Okay, so Farmers Faire, too much of everything. Okay, so there it is. So I did Lucky Day at the races, which is that win once with each of the characters. And then much eating, much running, which is the Hobbit one. Much drinking, much running. That's the dwarf one. So once you've completed both of those, that then completes too much of everything. Which gives you the title Picky Picker, and I think that's where you get the throwing up emote, which is lovely. I am a collector, so I'd like to try and get everything, but that's an emote I just ignore. I don't use that one. I'm like, ugh, that's kind of gross. Anyway, okay, so let's see. We're about an hour and a half in here. So let's see. So I will turn that in. Oh, hey, are you up for doing the instances?
Let's do it.
Okay, sweet. So we'll finish up here. I'll go turn in my daily wrapper, and then we'll do the instances. So I can kind of show you how those work. We talked about that earlier, but I'm guessing more people have shown up or different people are here, so we can talk about that again. Absolutely no problem. So now, Daughter Twofoot over here has that Taste of Hobbiton that I picked up quest, but I'm hanging on to that because I can turn that in tomorrow as one of my 10. And that just makes that go a little faster. So here they go, and they're off. So one thing I do sometimes while I'm waiting for the race to start, or while I'm waiting for the race to happen, is you can go fishing in here. It doesn't do anything except for just like, it's fun. But there's a lot of fishing at this festival, so I usually have fishing on. Oh, hey, actually, you know what we're going to do while we're waiting for this race? I want to look at my outfits. So this outfit I'm wearing, I do like it. That one I don't. Okay, so we're going to replace that. And let me go to my wardrobe. So I'm going to kind of walk everybody through real quick how to change your outfit using the wardrobe system. So what I have done is when I've accumulated items before, like, you know, the sightseer straw hat, or let's take this wide-brimmed spring hat. So you drag it into your wardrobe. Now it's going to tell me that item is already in your wardrobe because I have already put that in there before. And unfortunately, I'm at capacities 320 of 320, so I can't add anything new. So I have to work with what I have or kick something out to add something new. So anyway, so you've got all these, but that's how you put things into your wardrobe. Now, what ends up in your wardrobe is kind of like a copy. It's not the original, but that copy you can manipulate in many different ways. And as long as it stays in your wardrobe, you have it forever. Now, if you ever take it out of your wardrobe, it just dissipates. It's gone. So you don't get a thing back. That copy goes away. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so now I don't want armor. So there's two categories here. There's armor, which are like things that you get in landscape, you know, like they're awarded to you, and some of them really look cool. But I want an outfit, and I want something summery. So this one's cute. No. No. Whoa, no. Maybe I should get rid of that. No, that's kind of... Oh, that's interesting. I mean, that's definitely, you know, short sleeves and stuff. Not sure about the colors. I'll have to think about that. Elf, nah. Ooh. No. No. Why do I even have the exquisite dress in here? Oh, we're getting rid of that. So, okay, before I get rid of it, I'm just checking, because this is one part of my process. So when I click on the exquisite dress, and this is the one without sleeves, and I really don't care for those. If I look at the colors, it only has one color listed. That tells me that I have not added any additional dyes or anything to it. So I'm clicking remove item. It says this will permanently remove the item and all color variants from your wardrobe. If you no longer have that item in your inventory, you will not be able to return it to the wardrobe. It's like, are you sure you want to do this? In this case, yes, I do. So for example, let's see, what's something that I have a bunch of colors on? Oh, I do like the farmer's fancy dress. We're going to put that on. Oops, what did I do? Oh, that's the dressing room. Ha! I need to get out of the dressing room. Okay, farmer's fancy dress. That one's kind of cute. I need to undo the hat or something. I don't know. All right, it's a start. Oh, we need to get rid of that cloak. So I'm going to show cloak. See how it's got an open eye there? If I click close, even if I have a cloak on this character on that spot, it goes away. And I'm going to do the same thing with the hat, because I'm not sure about that hat. So now it just shows like the hair that I've chosen in the normal stuff. And like there's a shoulder item I have in there. So there it's showing, and there it's not. And what this is doing is this is how people are going to see me. So for example, I don't want my weapon shown unless I pick up something that I want to carry around and show, like a basket of apples. Oh, maybe the basket of freshly picked apples. Now notice I'm just dragging it in here. So it automatically goes into like the first spot. But I have two hands, and I can hold things in both hands. Hunters can do that. So she's going to carry a pretzel in her other hand. So I've got a basket of apples in one hand and a pretzel in the other hand. Now I don't really need people to see my bow. Now it didn't hide there, but it will. We don't need to worry about that. We'll just do a double there just to be sure. Okay, so that's a good start. We'll wear that outfit for the moment, and then we'll come back to that because I think. Oh, hey, I finished. Oh, I should get a consolation prize. That does time out. So I better do that real quick. Okay, so I got 3 Farmers Faire tokens. Then I can go back, and I can either go back to the keg race, we were the first one, or I can go back to the party tree. I'm going to do the party tree. And I need to talk to Campanula Chubb. And remember, we saw her originally over at the at Bywater, but she also is standing right here. And I usually start here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this into her.
Hello there.
And she's going to be like, hey, glad you're having fun. Come on back tomorrow. And that gives me 10 of those tokens plus 1 because I've got that Fateful Toolkit. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is come back. I'll finish these quests for Tansy Tyfield. One of the quests she has that we didn't pick up is to take a piece of this ice and run it down to Bywater where we started. So you may have noticed people running with ice and showing up down there, and it's for that ice cream, which we then brought back up to here. So there's a bit of, connection going on between these various quests. But now, all right, we're going to show you some of there's 2 instances. We talked about this a little bit earlier. So we're going to do, these are on level. Okay, we're going to do it on level.
We still don't have this encounter.
Oh, okay. So when you first show up, you have a couple of people to talk to. Mayor Will Whitfoot here. And he's like, I was beginning to wonder where you got off to. Thanks for inviting me along. We've gotten quite a bunch of stuff here. We need to gather everything up, put it on the pony, and I feel like I forgot something. So give me a minute. What was it I forgot? I don't know. Let me think about it. And then Farmer Fosco is like, hey, you can borrow Penny over here for your picnic. Just load everything up on her and then make sure she stays cool and, and then bring her back when you're done. So notice how we have a bunch of things that are now all sparkly here. So we're going to need a ripe gourd. There's a couple of them. But once you pick up one of them, the other one goes away. So for example, if I pick up this ripe gourd, notice that one over there is no longer needed. But we do need a large food sack. There's one here, there's one over there, there's one over there. Oops, I have to face the target. Sorry. So there's 5 different categories of things that we're picking up here, see? Yeah, so we'll go ahead and grab a basket of apples and a bottle of wine. And now Penny is ready for us. So now this is a escort quest. Penny has way more health than any of us. So it's an escort quest, but it's really don't die quest as well. She can handle herself sometimes if you're like trying to do other things. Okay, so we've loaded her up and she's ready to go. She must not succumb to the heat. And it just occurred to me that we are going to go into some serious battle. So I'm going to eat up real quick. And the mayor realizes he forgot his hat. So he's running off to get his hat. Now, notice we've got some fire. It sure is hot out. And we're stunned by the heat. The heat is stunningly hot. So we have sweltering heat and yeah, all these sorts of things here. Now, there are in many encounters. Oh, so I should say, there's a deed that we're working on. Encounter, it is hot everywhere, but here the air truly shimmers with it. So we want to turn into Woodhall here, because that's where one of our encounters is going to be. We have beat the heat for now. So, let's see. And you say there's one that we're missing, huh? Okay, so this would be under... Oh, it's under instances, isn't it? Skirmishes. Defeat dead. Nope. Dancing pony. On this roll. Here is perfect picnic. We have encountered 7 out of the 8 various encounters. Oh, here's another one. The heat must be getting to you, or was that truly something ghastly ahead? So you want to go across, and Penny has reached the stream, so she's going to wait for us there. But if we go up this area where there's usually a bunch of brigands, you'll find an encounter up here. So we have found Thunderclap, Heatwave, Apparition, Illusion, Apparition, which is this guy. We haven't found Perspire. We have found Pincher and Hallucination. So that's the last one that we're looking for. And once we get that, we'll get 12 Farmers Faire tokens, and you get a title, Preserver of Picnics, which I think is pretty cute. Yo, into the water. All right, so we have a check mark. So we're going to check in here. Checkpoint. And now Penny is ready to go. Yes, and the Hobbit in the water is like, leaving already? Oh, for some people who were asking about classes and stuff earlier, this is a Bjorning over here. So Willow's playing a Bjorning, and she's able to change into a human or a bear at her will anytime she wants. Okay, so now we've got a Snapper Mirage, We've got a Drake Mirage. Yeah, all sorts of great stuff. So now, as we get close up here, we need to find some carrots for Penny. So they are located on either side of the road. So you just kind of go wandering off and start looking for carrots. And you need to collect, as a group, 8 carrots for Penny. And we're following the road, but there's an encounter, or not encounter, there's a trio of scary things down there. Now, remember how I said Penny can hold her own? So I've sometimes let her just like stand there and deal with those guys for a few minutes while I go grab some carrots. So we're up to 6 carrots for Penny so far. But I should probably go help deal with these guys rather than just letting the Bjorning do it all. It is hilarious to watch the Bjorning get thrown up in the air by their knockback effects, though. Okay, so collectively we have picked 8 carrots. So here comes Penny. She's running over to the water to cool off again. Into the watering hole. Do a little swimming. Ah, isn't that lovely? Okay, and so we've reached the checkpoint. And ready to go to the next part. Penny looks ready to go. So, Penny is well fed, rested, and ready for the final leg of the expedition. Encounter, the heat must really be getting to you. Or was that something ghastly ahead? So, we got 2 things going on here. Notice Aphrodite up there just cleared off a clover patch. Penny will slow down and eat the clover, and it takes her a while. But the other thing is we've got an encounter down this hallway. So, we want to come and take care of that too. So I'm going to continue on, though, with the whole encounter is complete. You have beat the heat for now. See, notice she's eating the clover patches. And she'll keep eating it even after we clear it. Oh, you're going to clear that one. Go. And we've got, she's got to digest. That's right. Oh, hey, I forgot. I gave myself some stuff. Well, I can't get into it in combat. I grabbed some more light oils because, oh, check that out. That is a little patch of unexploded heat. See how it damaged me there a little bit? So you'll want to keep an eye out for those things, especially if you're running low on health, because they will hurt you.
In larger groups, these patches have enemies.
Okay, in larger groups, these patches of clover will have enemies that show up too. So be prepared for that. That's true if you do like a 6-person version or something. I assume we are doing the 3-person. So, okay, so let's see. I'm going to follow you for just a minute. Well, I'll wait till we're done with the encounter. I'll show you real quick. So we're going up this hill, and we'll notice there's some bad guys up there. But there's often an encounter down this way. Oh, we've had our 3. Something pesky lingers nearby, looking to ruin your picnic. I think, I don't know, but it's usually there's 4, I think, in this one. Because there's Thunderclap. We're not going to let Thunderclap ruin our picnic. Oh, anyway, I've been using light oil because Aphrodite, the minstrel, has light of Orome ability that she does, and that gives the enemies less ability to deal with light attack. There's words, I forget, you know. Mitigation, that's it. They're not able to mitigate the light damage that I am sending their way. So she goes and, you know, makes them easier to hit, and then I hit them harder. So that kind of works out nicely. So I have hardly been using my fire oils at all. So I went to my, I have a scholar on here. That's Sylphie, my stout axe dwarf. And had her make me some more light oils. So, because the cool thing with that is that I can do that using universal ingredient packs because they're bound to a count, and I can just pass them back and forth so I didn't have to use actual ingredients. Okay, this is the final part, and it is actually a little tricky. So once you talk to Penny, what's going to happen is you're going to get a wave of bugs that come at the same time as a wave of hobbits that come and try to eat your food. Once you've dealt with them, rain clouds are going to try and come in and screw everything up for you. So yes, you have to slap the hobbits and be like, no, our food, not yours. And they're like, well, if you're going to be like that. So you really want to not just like look away for this part. It's a little, yeah. Because if you lose too much stuff, you do fail the encounter. You fail the instance, so we don't want to do that. Okay, we're ready? Looks like you two are ready. Awesome. Okay, so have a picnic. We have to thwart the hungry hobbits. Yep. All right. Oh no, bugs and hungry hobbits are after the picnic, so you have to really get on it fast. Uh-oh, these hobbits are faster than I can slap. Hopefully you're a faster slapper than me. Oh my, how rude of me, she says. Okay. That went pretty well. I've had times where you've got like 1 or 2 things left, and it's like, oh no. Now we have to stop the encroaching rain. The nice thing about these, though, is that you can get their aggro, like you can get their attention, and then they won't go near the picnic, and that's really cool. So that's why it's great to have Bjarne, because she's so good at that. She's like, I'll take your attention. And then me and the minstrel are just like, we'll just yell at you from here. We'll yell at you and throw things at you. Yay! Okay, so we finished that. So what these do is they have 2 different things. You are earning festival tokens, but you're also earning something called festivity tokens. And those you can only earn through these special festival things. And this picnic basket is the festivity tokens thing. So notice I just got 5 festivity tokens, and so did everybody in the party. So that's one where you got to make sure that you don't leave before you find the treasure chest, as it were, that gives you those tokens. Okay, so now we're going to sit and have a little bit of a picnic. And once you've picked one thing, then that, you know, that's what you're having. And everybody has it, has their own. Each person does their own thing. And then when you, let's see, and that's how you get your Farmers Faire tokens for doing the instance. So we have that. And then you just say hello to the mayor, had a great time, and then you travel. So that's how that instance goes. So just as a reminder, as we talked about earlier, if you go to the instance finder, and I like to collapse all of them and just look at the seasonal things. So you'll see there's anniversary, Farmers Faire, spring, and Yule. Each of these, not anniversary because that one's brand new, so they've only done one so far. But the other ones, they've set it up so that they have 2 different things. I'm trying to get out of the way a little bit here. So you've got a boss from the vaults, which is more punchy, just the boss from a particular instance that you are just fighting, just doing the boss fight. You're not doing the whole instance. So in this case, it's Thrang from the Rift. And then we had the summer Perfect Picnic. And the Perfect Picnic one, as well as Bee's Big Business and the Yule Battle at Frostbluff, are more lighthearted, you know, kind of fun. You're still, you know, pew, and you still have a list of encounters to that you might run into. And once you've run into each one of them and defeated it once, you finish that deed, which is kind of cool. But aside from that, that's kind of how that works. And you can run it at a low level and just zoom through it if you just want those festivity tokens. But that is where you get those festivity tokens. And you do have a cap of 40 of those. So you do have to be, you know, paying attention to that as well. The boss from the vaults will often have something else going on in terms of rewards. So if you want to get that started, we'll jump in here in a second. So Verbena Greenhand here is who I will talk to spend those festivity tokens. And every time we see her, every festival that she's at, she has different stuff. So this stuff is all very summer themed. She's got some pets. She's got a, oh yeah, that's also a pet. So she's got some various things for you, some cosmetics, some cute stuff. Once you have Thrang tokens, and we'll probably get one from this, hopefully, you can use those Thrang's Vault tokens to come and buy generally cosmetics from this guy over here. Okay, so we're gonna go in, we'll see how this goes. All right, so notice we're in just that area. So, new deed, fuming fruit rolls. Okay, oh, here we are. When you do these boss from the vaults, there's usually one of these pedestals here, and it says memories of, like memories of Storvagon. You want to click on that, and that will give you some stuff. So there's a quest, Return to the Rift. Many years ago, brave adventurers faced Thrang, chieftain of the Gafrafa in this arena. Can you withstand the flames and defeat him? So we're going to defeat Thrang. Oh, can you get my light when you have a second, please? And then the other quest we're going to pick up is Thrang's challenge, tier 1. It says only the mightiest heroes can defeat Thrang at this strength. Are you up for the challenge? So defeat Thrang at level cap, which is 65 on the server, on tier 1. So, and that'll give us some virtue experience and some Farmers Faire tokens. Oh, the other one gives us Farmers Faire tokens. Where's this one? That gives us marks. I think after we defeat him, there's a chest, and that's where we get that Thrang token.
Only on tier 2.
Oh, only on tier 2? What? What?
Pretty sure.
Seasonal coins of the rift are earned by, oh, the quest can only be advanced on tier 2 of Boston Vault's Thrang. And it can only be completed once per summer festival, the 7 coins thing. Okay, so we'll have to come back in here and do tier 2 at some point. Maybe today. Okay, so let's see how this goes, huh?
I like how it's also a summer festival.
Nice. Oh, and I have a deed, which is master the fumerals of the Colosseum. Fuming fumerals. Okay, so he says, I have seen enough. The time of the Eld Gang ends now. Run for your lives if you wish to save yourself. If it's like the regular one, we have to get him to, oh, not the fumeral. We have to get him, next to a fumeral.
Uh-oh. He might have reflect.
He's definitely got something going on. Ouch. He might have reflect. Okay, so from what I recall on this, all right, let's try that again. You have to drag him over to the fumeral, and that's when he is vulnerable. That's right, he starts with waves of baddies, and you want to take them out. And I'm eating some thuds here. Okay, and I got my fast feet back on, and I'll need to put my light oils back on. Do we just fall down? Are there no stairs here? Yeah, that's a good idea. Healing mode. All right, I'll try to not kill myself and wait till let Weir Willow get aggro, and I'll try to pay attention and only hit the bad guy friends. Whoa! Okay, let's read that out. So he has protective flame. Swirling fire lashes out in response to each attack and protects the one within. So on damage, he negates 95% of damage, so only it takes 5%. He also reflects 200%, so for every one I do, he gives me back 200% of that. 5% chance of reflect effect, okay. And then there's lots of damage happening. So holy crap, I need to get out of his range, but I can't move because I'm stunned. All right, let me get out of here. Where's my potions of healing? I just ran away.
Yeah, you gotta get closer to the hero.
I don't know where you are. I'll be back there in a second. Is that the right thing? I'm trying to find my healing potions. Oh, no. Okay, I'm trying to come back to where you are. I was standing in a puddle of something. All right, I'm back. All right, this is better. All right, let's take out this scrubber. If we can. Bing. Yeah, this is why doing it on tier 2 is going to be harder. Alright, and we'll go for the defiler. Sweet. Where's Thrang? He's still... Oh, this is a 6-person, that's why. This would have been easier if we could pull it in. So what we probably will do next time is, like, put it out into chat and be like, hey, does anybody want to join us? Oops. And so what we ended up doing in the spring was with Naruhel, we got proficient at tier 1, and then we were able to then work our way up to tier 2 and tier 3. So, but there was, like, you know, pieces of the battle where you're like, we need to do this, we need to do that, you know, that sort of thing. So I'm trying to not shoot the fumerals because I think we want to get Thrang near them, but maybe that's only in the landscape. Yeah, I'm working on the fireworm. It was running away, but I was able to catch it. So. All right. So yes, we're working on his allies at the moment. All right, we'll do a bit of this. Whoa! You gotta watch out for the fire because it is damaging. I think Affodil just encountered that. Let's maybe knock you out a little bit. Fireworm. Rang is shielded. Probably because he has allies. Oh, the funeral wore off. Oh no, I'm standing in fire! I can't move! Get me out, get me out! Okay, that's a little better. Maybe. Am I in a good square or a bad square? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's giving me the effect of this square. That's right, I'll just keep on it. Woo! Oh my gosh, we were doing the instance where at the end it's, what's his name? With the whole Ziggelberg. Mazog, that's it. So where at the end you run into Mazog, and there was something in that battle that was doing some kickback, and it was like knocking all of us in the air like that. It was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. You cannot do that while moving. Well, thanks. I wasn't planning on being moving. Okay, focus on Thrang. He is vulnerable. Does he have his reflect up yet? The monster is infuriated. Negates nearly all incoming damage, it says. Okay. Doing the funeral. Cool, funeral exploded around him. Now he's vulnerable. He's immune to coordinated fellowship attacks, but that's okay. We're not doing much of that. Burglars are really good at triggering those, by the way. So that's another thing that burglars can do. That's pretty cool. Oh, he's back to... No. There we go. Tabbing around trying to get to the defender there. Cool. Man, Thrang is so close. Yay! Quest ready to advance. There we go. You have emerged victorious from the Rift of Nurzgashu. Okay, they gave me some Farmers Faire tokens, and there we go. Thrang's silver chest. So, I'm going to open that up. Or, yeah, okay. So now we all just got Farmers Faire tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times they give us Farmers Faire tokens. So for each one you got 2, which is fantastic, and me too. And then... Oh, I got a hooded Thrang victory cloak. I'll have to take a look at that. But we also got the Thrang's vault token, and that was the thing that I'm looking for that quest. Oh wait, no, I don't have the Rift Iron. Oh, because that's tier 2. But I got that other token for the cosmetic stuff. Affodil is now standing in the fire. Do you have good regeneration of your health going on at the moment, I take it? Let's find out. Toasty. So I'm losing like 1,100, but I can go swimming. Oh, I can't swim. It's not deep enough. What if I faint? There we go. I'll just lay in the water. Okay. So notice the little green leaves and stuff that just popped up. Excuse me. That's a Bjorning ability. So cool. All I have is door. I guess that's it, yeah? Portrait exit? Okay. So I will click on my portrait, right-click on my portrait, and click Leave Instance. Some of the times that's the only way you can get out, or there might be a door to let you out, but that's pretty much the only way to get out of the instances. All right, so we are on up to 2 hours. So if there's anything that anybody wants to talk about, bring it up now. And we're going to start wrapping things up here and turn things over to B4, who will be doing his stream, where he talks about all LOTRO plugins. As you can see, I am using a lot of plugins. well, if you've played LOTRO, you can see that I'm using a lot of plugins. I also have UI skins on. I have, well, heck, I can just show you. If I go to Lua, which I've pinned to my bar here, my plugin manager, I do have Alt-Holic, but I haven't been using it. I do use Alt Inventory. I have buff bars, but I got that turned off. I'm using Buff Monitor instead. Combat Quick Slots I tried, and I don't have that active. Daily Tasks was really useful for me for a while, but I'm not paying close attention to those right now, so I do not have that active. Deed Tracker I use practically every day. Deed Tracker Reloader is another thing. Examples, I don't remember what that one was. Foul Map is useful if you are doing the chicken play sessions, and that's fantastic. Horsey and Horsey 2 and Horsey 3, and Horsey 4, I thought I might like those, but it didn't quite fit my play style, so I haven't been using any of those. But basically, it's a way to keep track of like the pets you have, or the mounts that you have, and have it be like on a rotation-y thing that you can just pull out of instead of having to go into like here and picking it out, or like I have done where I just take the ones that I'm using at that time and plop them onto my bars. Those are other options you can do. Item Treasury. Kiki Inventory is also very popular. I use Alt Inventory because that's the one I started with, and so I'm more used to it. It's more intuitive for me, but yeah, sorry, I was just checking. But Kiki Inventory is also very popular. Now, I have to say, I haven't seen anything in chat in a while, and I was just wondering to make sure I didn't actually like disconnect from chat or something. Let's see, I can check over here. And let me quote that. Okay, cool. So if there's anything that anybody wants to talk about, definitely go ahead and bring that up. Yeah, I don't see any new chat. Okay, cool. I think it's just quiet. It's just like riveting over here. So that's fine. Like, it does not have to be all talk all the time. I'm totally fine there, guys. Okay, lyrical is really useful for doing song lyrics. So say you are playing music and you want to speak the lyrics out so it looks like you're playing, like you're singing. Lyrical is really cool. So I currently use Songbook, and I know there's another version out there that I've heard is better. But anyway, so this is the version of Songbook that I have, and I'm used to it and I like it. So this is one way that you can queue up songs and play songs. So then you use lyrical at the same time. So then you're like playing your song, and then what lyrical is you've gone ahead and put the words in, and then you just push like next, and it goes and it says the next line for you. You click next and it does the next line. And it's just your character saying it, so it comes out in say. But then other people can see that because, you know, especially if they have like speech bubbles turned on, they can see what you're saying. So that it's really cool. Like, it's a great way to do lyrics. So lyrical is really fun and really handy for that. Mini raid, don't really use much. Minstrel buff I try when I'm playing a minstrel. Opaque quest tracker, a lot of people really love that. And what it is it's a plugin that it creates a box that's movable and resizable, and you can put it behind your quest tracker here, and it just creates a background so that it's easier for you to read your quests. Yeah, that people find that a fantastic accessibility plugin. So, and B4 did create that. So if you have any questions on that, you can always just ask him. Pet Carousel, I tried it, and again, it was one of those ways to like handle the pets that you use on a regular basis. But I ended up just putting them on my bars for now. Same thing for pets. Pets was interesting. I did use that for a while, but it didn't, I don't know, it just didn't jive for me. Reminders, B4 loves using the Reminders plugin. He finds that really useful. Let's see, Rich is great during the treasure hunting event. So we've been using that like every time now. Social Guy, oh, I have that down here in the corner. It's all the different emotes you can do, and there are hidden deeds if you receive an emote 100 times, but it can only increment by 5 times per day, so it takes a while to do. So so that's really handy. And there's Songbook, we talked about that. Titan Bar is one of my favorites. I've got that up at the top. Another one I can barely live without is Travel Window 2, and I love it. That's this little suitcase here. And these are all the different travel skills I have. I know, like, he's in the background going, hunters. And Waypoint is another definite favorite of B4's as well. So he can speak to that pretty eloquently. Okay, so I don't see anything in the chat that people are like dying to talk about something. So I think I'm going to wrap up. We might have like a little 5-minute transition here, and while he prepares, and because sometimes there's a little bit of winding down from my stream to get ready for his stream. So, okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and finish up here. Thank you all for coming along on this trip, and I hope you have a lot of fun with the Farmers Fair. There's so many things to do. So next week, what I will do is I'll start here at the party tree, and we'll do quests at the party tree first, and then we'll go down the hill and maybe do some of the fishing quests, because we didn't even touch those today. So I think that's what we'll do next week, and then we'll probably do the instances again, because there's always people who have questions about how to do that or what that looks like, and I absolutely don't mind showing that and doing those every time. That's totally fine with me. Okay, well, thank you all, and I will see you again next week. Have a great rest of your day and a good week, and don't forget to stick around for B4's Plugging Along. And as I always say, be prepared as you go out and about in the world. Take care of each other and stay connected to that Hobbit side of your heart. All right, bye-bye now.